What's up? This is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. Today I just want to talk about coronavirus. Okay, talking about how it fulfilled the Bible prophecy, especially in the the book of Daniel, chapter 2, I believe chapter 3, and also the book of Revelation. Okay, and also on the Chinese prophecy Tuibei. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. And oh, you know what? These rings also help me overcome flu. You know, like if I catch a cold, if I sneeze and cough, I'm sure if I go to bed at night, I put on these rings. Okay. I wake up in the morning refreshed. I wake up in the morning, no headache, no nothing. No flu, no nothing. It's always been like that. Ever since I invented these rings when I was 19 years old until now. Every time I catch a cold, it always cures me in one night. So if you're interested, go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video, okay? Become immortal with these pair of rings. I want to talk about how Revelation, the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel reflect on this coronavirus thing, okay? But inside the book of Revelation, the most important, probably the most iconic characters are the two witnesses, right? If you look at Revelation chapter 11, there's like two witnesses that they spew fire from their mouths, you know? And they will prophesy for 3.5 years and they wear sackcloth. They wear sackcloth, you know. Basically, it's white raggedy cloths. Usually, people wear sackcloth in Chinese culture, and Israeli culture. When they wear sackcloth, it's they repent to the Lord, or somebody died, or there's something sad, something tragedies has happened, so they have to wear sackcloth. Okay. But if you look at Chinese Tuibei, right? I don't know if you can see. Let me adjust the camera a little bit. Oh, let me see it. There you go. Okay, if you look at this one right here. If you look at the, you also see Tuibei. This is chapter 56. You also see two soldiers. They stand. They spew fire. You know, they spew fire out of their mouth. Okay, they spew fire out of their mouths, and they spew fire at each other. Okay, enough. Let me see. Tuibei also portray two characters spewing fire out of their mouths. Okay, and it says, flyers are not birds, swimmers are not fish. The war does not depend on soldiers. It's a game of technology or a game of luck. Okay, there are a lot of they said lots of smoke around the entire ocean territory. There's a cloud at the top and a fountain at the bottom. And then, anyway, it's big trouble. That's basically what it's saying. How come in Revelation chapter 11 and also in the Chinese Tuibei, they have soldiers spewing fire out of their mouths? Because now I understand. It's biological warfare. Bioweapon. You understand? So basically, this coronavirus is being spread usually from people's mouth, right? It could also spread by your stool. Means you take a shit and your fecal matter could also spread the virus. But it's usually spread from the mouth, right? You speak and then your saliva, become aerosol, become airborne, and then somebody else catches it. So that's the reason why in Revelation there's two witnesses. They spew fire from their mouths. And then also this Tuibei, this book, this is demonstrating the same thing. two soldiers spewing fire out of their mouths, right? Same thing. So I'm pretty sure 推背图 chapter 56, poem 56, and also Revelation chapter 11 is talking about, the two witnesses is talking about the coronavirus. If you look at the whole book of Revelation, the first character that appear in Revelation is the angel. He never explained who he is, but he's the guy who appeared in front of John, right? He wears a crown. He also has white hair, and he's wearing white robe, white as snow. He has a golden belt. The guy spew a sword out of his mouth. It's like a sharp, two-edged sword out of his mouth. He has 7 stars in his palm, and also 7 candlesticks, and he's floating he's floating on air. I believe that's coronavirus too, because coronavirus, right? Corona means crown, and he's wearing a crown, right? And his hair is white as snow, and his robe is white. His robe is also very white. If you look at China or Korea or Japan, you see these people wearing white robes. You see people in full protective gear. They wear goggles. They have to wear a white mask, white hood. White clothes, and these are, I don't know, right? These are workers. These are hospital workers. And it's the crown means he has golden crown because the coronavirus, corona does mean a crown, right? And then let's talk about the Revelation chapter. I forgot what chapter it was. Chapter 5 or something. Chapter 6, talking about the 144 elites. They have to travel throughout the whole earth to stamp people's foreheads. And they also wear white. Everybody wear white. Talk about Revelation chapter 7, I believe. It's talking about the beast that rises out of the abyss. You know what's so funny? China, right? When Wuhan, right? They had a virus, right? Started in Wuhan, and then immediately they built 2 hospitals. One hospital is called 火神山. The other hospital is called 雷神山. You know what they mean? 火神山 actually means fire god mountain. 雷神山, it means thunder god mountain. Okay. Why did they name it that way? The reason is because the guy who named it said this is according to legend, according to some Chinese legend. There's Fire God Mountain and Thunder God Mountain. If you look at Revelation chapter 11, I believe chapter 7, there's somebody's dropped from the sky, like a star fell from the sky, and it hit the earth, right? And then there's an explosion, right? And then the abyss appeared, and there's fire and smoke coming out of this abyss. It was supposed to be a volcano, right? Like a volcano mountain. And then locusts came out of it, lots of locusts. Let's talk about 火神山, 雷神山. 火神山 does mean fire god mountain. So it does mean like a volcano, fire god mountain, sort of like a volcano. 雷神山 means thunder god mountain. So if you can see a star fell from the sky, right? That must be a thunder, right? And then it created a mountain. It created a fire god mountain. Lots of smoke, fire, and all that shit. Locusts came out. But this locust does not eat trees or grass. This locust only hurt people. The locust, if you look at the locust, you know what locust means? Locust actually means Chinese people, actually means Chinese mainlander, because that's the nickname. The Hong Kong people call them locusts, Because, locusts, you're usually a huge locust, they're usually yellow, right? They're yellow color, and Chinese are the yellow race, right? The yellow empire. Hong Kong people call them locusts, Everywhere they go, they grab everything. They buy up everything. They buy a bunch of toilet papers. They buy baby milk powder and shit like that. So Hong Kong people a lot of Hong Kong people are prejudiced against the mainland Chinese, Hong Kong people call them locusts. And the locusts that came out of this volcano, came out of the abyss, they wear a crown. Oh, again, they wear a crown, right? They have a crown. Just like the coronavirus has a crown. They have hair of women. You know, if you look at coronavirus under it with an electroscope, you know, with the electronic telescope, microscope, they look like black balls, and they grow lots and lots of hooks. You know, they grow lots of hooks. So that could be the hair of women. You know, hair of women, and then they have like iron plates. They have iron plates or breastplates. You know. And then they airborne. They can fly. They're airborne. You know. And then everywhere they go, they create lots of noise. And then they have a needle in the back of their tail, like a scorpion. It hurts people, but it doesn't hurt trees and grass. It only hurt people. So I think that is coronavirus. You know, because they have breastplates. Because if you look at these hospital workers, they're in full gear. You know, it's not breastplates, but a lot of people. If you watch videos in China, they wear, these government workers. They wear vests. You know, like they look like bulletproof vests, and then they're standing on the streets, policemen or clinical workers, whatever. Usually they're white. They wear white clothing, and so if you look at the 144 elites, they also wear white. They walk around the whole world. They fly around the whole world stamping people's head. You know, if you don't have God in your head, you're going to suffer. If you have God in your head, don't worry. You're not going to be hurt by the second death. Ooh, another clue. Second death. Now I understand what second death is. You know why? Because recently scientists say that coronavirus you could get infected by coronavirus more than twice. Yes, so coronavirus is the second death. Because you could catch coronavirus more than twice. Recently, a lot of Chinese from Wuhan, they got discharged from the hospital, right? Doctors say, "Oh, you're cured, you're fine now. You could leave the hospital." They left, and then guess what? They come back to the hospital like 2 weeks later or 10 days later. And in the hospital, and then the doctor discovered that, oh my God, you catch coronavirus again. Doctors are baffled right now. They don't know what happened. It's like you have been cured. You have been discharged from the hospital, and then you come back again. And then they found that this guy is infected by coronavirus again. So doctors are puzzled nowadays, you know. They don't know if this guy catch coronavirus again, or he just, seems like his symptom has improved, and then he could just leave, and then somehow the coronavirus live inside the body, and then it acts up again. So right now, a lot of specialists, a lot of experts say this coronavirus might become sort of like asthma. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Some asshole call me. This coronavirus could be like asthma, or it could be like a long-term disease that it once it stays inside your body, it doesn't leave, and then it can outbreak at any time. So I think the second death inside the Book of Revelation, like if you have the knowledge of God, okay, if you have the conscience of God, you will not hurt by the second death. I think second death actually does mean coronavirus, because you could catch it the second time, right? I think I covered enough for the Book of Revelation. On the Book of Revelation, if you look at the seven seals, right? I always believe that the seventh seal does talk about Donald Trump's 7 year. God told me Donald Trump will remain in office for only 7 years. So I believe the 7 seals, 7 trumpets, and the 7 bowls of wrath. I'm not sure 7 bowls of wrath represents Donald Trump, but I'm pretty sure 7 seals and 7 trumpet reflects on Donald Trump's 7 year. First seal is the white horse, right? So Donald Trump became president, and then, he said, "Oh, I want to support I want to support Israel." Second horse is the red horse. That's the year Donald Trump waged a trade war with China. Third horse is the black horse, right? He said, one quart of wheat for a penny, 3 quarts of barley for a penny, and don't hurt the wine and the oil. He has a balance in his hand, right? 3 quarts of barley, talking about 3/4 of a gallon, right? That's the white people. 1 quart of wheat means 1/4 of a gallon. That's the yellow people, okay? Talking about the entire European race against the Chinese race, right? So the third year of Donald Trump, which is last year, 2019, it's about trade war being fought with China. And then the fourth horse, okay, the fourth horseman is the pale horse. That's talking about famine and plague, death coming to, kill 1/4 of Earth. 1/4 of Earth is Asia. Asians, they have exactly, there's 7 billion people on Earth, right? Asia has around, 1/4 of that. It has around 2 billion people, about 2 billion people, somewhere around that, talking about Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, Malaysians, that's about 2 billion people, talking about killing 1/4 of the Earth, so, and that also, okay, let's talk about Book of Daniel. Book of Daniel, in Book of Daniel, he saw, in chapter 2, he's talking about the king Nebuchadnezzar. He had a dream, right? And then the king refused to tell people what his dream is. If you look at current history, right? Xi Jinping said there's China dream. But he never told people what China dream really is. So there's a lot of speculation. What does China dream mean? Xi Jinping's China dream, what does it mean? Xi Jinping never clarified what his China dream really is, okay? And right now, and if you look at Daniel chapter 2, the Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, but he never told people what it is. And then he started killing people, right? And then when Daniel finally confronted the king, finally came to King Nebuchadnezzar, Daniel told the king, what your dream really means. Daniel told the king, I saw a warrior, like a statue of a fearsome stature. He's talking about a warrior, right? You know what? Wuhan, do you know what it means in Chinese? Wuhan means a warrior. That's exactly what it means. The city of Wuhan. It means martial law. It means martial or kung fu or, talking about fighting, right? We're talking about war. That's exactly what it means. Han means a man or a guy or a male, okay? Wuhan, the Wuhan put together, it means a warrior, right? A male warrior. That's exactly what it means. And that's exactly what Daniel saw in his dream, okay? I mean, that's exactly what Nebuchadnezzar saw. Saw a statue of a warrior, right? A statue of fearsome stature. That's basically what it means, a warrior. And then a stone hit the statue and it cracked into pieces, okay? I'm talking about the Nebuchadnezzar is talking about Xi Jinping, because Xi Jinping said he had a dream, a China dream, but he never defined what his dream really meant. And then now Wuhan, okay, the Wuhan coronavirus started killing people. That Wuhan is actually the statue of the warrior, you see? Statue of the warrior started killing people. Right? So only Daniel can stop the killing, right? Daniel represents the Messiah, And then also, I believe it's chapter 4 or chapter 3. Nebuchadnezzar built a huge statue of another warrior, huge statue made of gold, right? And then there's and then he I think he built this fire. There's like an oven right beside the statue, and there's like oven, right? And then he threw Daniel's friend into the oven for 7 days or something. No, for it's like, no, the oven is like 7 times hotter. Anyway, it has to do with number 7, right? And lots of the soldiers are being burned alive near that oven. Another sign, 7, number 7, right? So another warrior, which is Wuhan, again, Wuhan, you know? What else is there? Oh, also, and there's another prophecy, I believe is Samuel, the book of Samuel, the first book of Samuel, is it chapter 18 or something? It's talking about David. David represents the Messiah, okay? David and Goliath, right? There's a huge warrior from the Philistines. He's like 6 cubits tall. 6 cubits tall. That must be right, like 9 feet tall or something. The guy's 9 feet tall. And then, you know, he's a warrior, and then David killed him with just a slingshot. David killed this guy with a slingshot, you know, with a stone, right? Cut off his head. Again, another warrior. So this David and Goliath, this Goliath must be Wuhan coronavirus. So we are at the end time. You know, we are at the end time. And Donald Trump is the 7th year. 7 years of trumpet, 7 years of seal. Donald Trump is the 7th year. I believe the 7 years of wrath belongs to the Messiah, but the Donald Trump is the 7th year of trumpet and the seal. You know. But anyway, that's what I want to say for this episode. Hope you like it. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel. Talk to you guys.